Well, I think we kind of all knew what we were signing up for from the onset, but the weather conditions were the real struggle for all of us. Logistically, we had to go to far off, untouched locations in the middle of the wilderness and do very intricate shots and stunts and sequences that involved lots of rehearsal. But it was the changing climate that always was a struggle for us. One day we'd come in and, you know, an entire sequence that we thought was going to be in snow, there'd be no snow for weeks, or the opposite would happen.
Or it was underwater.
Or it was underwater.
Completely washed out.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was, catered to deal with that period in time. So when we arrived, all the elements from design, props, costume, it was focused exclusively on this particular project. So once you got immersed in that world, it was then, a question of just picking up as many small pieces as possible to fill out your sight picture on character. So the mindset happened, I think, started to develop as soon as we arrived on the ground, because it was, corralled to create that.
And we had a lot of people on set that were advisors for us that were very nostalgic about this time period and almost looked at like the mountain man as a spiritual philosophy almost, their integration with nature. But I say it was kind of like doing a science fiction movie because there's so little written about this time period in America. It's kind of like the Amazon. It was a lawless, untouched landscape. And so we really relied on fur trappers' journals, Native American stories. There were no historians back then, so we had to sort of create this from etchings, so to speak. But it was really the advisors that helped us a lot to understand how they would survive under these harsh conditions and what their mentality was like.
Alberta, and Calgary.
And
Ushuaia at the
southern tip of all the snow pack melted by the time we were going to finish the movie. So we had to go to the southern tip of Argentina to do the last sequences of the film.
How warm it is.
Yeah, no,
how invitingly warm it is.
The sub-zero temperatures were a constant struggle. I mean, that was the main, when you put yourself in those environments, it becomes about just the basics. And for me, the basics were, how do I not let my fingers lock up from being frozen every single day?
And that paradox is it's such an incredibly beautiful, stunning, and breathtaking environment as well, which is trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Where you're standing and you want to take it all in, and then you realize, that it's a dangerous place.